Halls of Torment is like many games you may have played, but also unlike any. Remember Vampire Survivors? Well, this game is a Vampire Survivors-esque game with the color palette of the classic Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 games. I actually prefer this over Vampire Survivors. I never really got on the Vampire Survivors train when it released. Welcome to the Graveyard Shift, I'm Deadly Jedly, and today I wanted to discuss this little gem of a game. I picked it up on sale on Steam this summer sale and it's very fun. Let's start off with the gameplay. The gameplay is quite simple. You walk with WSAD, you click around to kill waves of enemies. When you start off, you're able to select one hero, the warrior. The roster gets larger as you progress through the game. I currently have the archer and warrior unlocked. I enjoy the archer more since the game's all about damage and AoE, which means area of effect, so range comes in handy most of the time. Warrior feels more satisfying because of its sword swings, but archer's more fun in terms of gameplay from what I found. There's a lot of stuff to do in the hub world before entering the Halls of Torment. You can interact with 3 shrines, each giving you different options: quests, Register of Halls, and Shrine of Blessings. The quests are pretty self-explanatory. The Register of Halls is where you select which zones you go to, and the Shrine of Blessings are permanent buffs. You can also upgrade your player's health, movement speed, and attack speed through the shrine as well. The gameplay is nothing short of simple for sure, but this is a game I can see myself squeezing in a stream here and there, or for my downtime with my community, or even just fun in my own time while listening to music. I'm a big listen to music kind of guy while gaming, and this game does justice for me. I do like the soundtrack they produce though, so please don't flame me, okay? I've come across skeletons, which are the main enemies, the most satisfying ones to tap for sure. They're pretty much a one-shot enemy, and when you get them in a consecutive line with your bow, it's a real crispy, crunchy finish. Then we have these little demon goblin bastards as well. And finally, these rock dudes. Each zone has different enemies, but I'm currently only a couple hours into the game as I just found it and wanted to cover it as soon as possible. So we only have 2 options today. The settings tab has some nice quality of life features as well, including multiple mouse cursor options, from the classic hand pointer from the Diablo games to a crosshair and others. My favorite's the crosshair. Go figure. The game runs very well, and it could easily run on any system. I'm not sure about late game, as we all know how insane it was to run Vampire Survivors. One time I was watching one of my best friends play Vampire Survivors, and I couldn't tell if it was Osu or Vampire Survivors. It just looked like the same thing. I gotta be honest, the amount of achievements in this game is unfathomable. I had absolutely no idea. There's over 200 achievements. There's exactly 201 achievements for Halls of Torment. And here I was thinking I'd be able to 100% this game. I don't think so. When it comes to the movement in this game, you really do need to strafe around certain enemies. Obviously, some enemies are at different speeds than others, so you sort of strafe and maneuver yourself around to sort of keep your run going for longer. I don't know, this game just has a lot of charm to it, hence why I wanted to talk about it today. I just really enjoy the pixelated graphics, reminds me of the good old PS1 days and PC days. There's a couple enemies in this as well that remind me a lot of Diablo 1, such as this butcher looking enemy. For those that don't know, the butcher is a original boss in Diablo 1, one of the first bosses you come across in a dungeon, and he seems to have a little friend in this game that sort of reminds me of him. I don't know if that was on purpose or that's just like a generic model they used. Either way, it was really nice to see. The game's just packed full of charm, it runs beautifully well, and it's just really good to play. Now this game may not be for everyone, but it does have overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, which is always a bonus, and from what I can tell, a lot of people are enjoying playing it. I've watched some gameplay recently of higher tier players playing this, and it seems to get just as hectic as Vampire Survivors, which is what I expected, but I just wasn't sure. And yeah, it looks really good, so I may have to keep playing this just so I can upgrade some more abilities in that, and maybe come back and make a full review at another time. But at the moment, this was just an overview, so those that don't know that this game exists. Now, I don't want to spoil the other classes that you can get playing this game, because by the looks of some content I've been watching of other players playing it recently, there are more than just the archer and the warrior. And there are by far multiple different types of enemies and other things that you can find throughout the levels. However, at the moment, I believe that there's only 2 zones, which is through the Halls of Torment. You've got Hell, so it's like the Hellscape, and then you've got just the standard area as well. Looking at the Steam description, there's 3 stages with unique environments, 7 playable characters, 11 different and upgradable abilities, 12 unique bosses, 30 different types of monsters, 14 blessings to make you stronger for each attempt, 50 different items to unlock and retrieve, 500 traits to upgrade your character and abilities, and 150 quests to complete. So as I covered previously in this video, there is a lot of content in this game, especially for the quick price that they're asking right now of $6. It's originally $7.50, so it's already a steal for the original price. I think it's well worth giving a shot. Now, Halls of Torment is indeed deadly, and I'd say while it's still on sale, it's worth the pickup if you enjoy Diablo or Vampire Survivor or even just casual styled games. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a variety of content here on my channel. You can also come by and say hi on my live streams on Twitch. So what do you guys think? Are you going to pick this game up? Let me know down below. I appreciate you coming in today. Have a fantastic rest of the day and stay deadly.